Davies now, who is up into 5th place at the wheel of the number 87 blue car. Where is Ben Colburn? Is he there in 6th place? Yes, he is. He's fallen away then. The Libra class. Rival Richard Colburn, who is right behind him. So here from Rupert D, he's going to close in the he's not going to be close enough to do anything about it. There is a Gino way in towards the left-hander, so it is still the double former champion Rupert D that leads the 3 times back-to-back and reigning Mini 7 champion Jeff Smith as they head through Charlie's. I don't think Jack has quite made it back to Charlie's for this lap, so down the park straight they will go. Jeff Smith picking up the toe from Rupert D. Equally as much, Jeff Smith is making the hole in the air for Kane Aston that sits behind, so the 3 of those should be ever closer to each other as they head up towards Park Corner this time through. The man from Cambridge leading the way, former British Touring Car star Jeff Smith sitting there in 2nd position. Kane Aston at the wheel of, as ever, his St Andrews Bureau-backed machine, sitting there in 3rd position. They'll head down through the gooseneck in towards Mansfield and will reappear in towards the bottom of the mountain in a matter of seconds' time. Rupert D still, is he clinging on to the lead of the race? He was again last time when they disappeared out of view, and he's still in the lead of the race here, but he's still got, right on his tailpipes, Jeff Smith, Kane Aston, Aaron Smith, then the blue car in the hands of Ash Davies. Ben Colburn is not that far away as he sits there in what is 5th position. Rob Howard completes the top 6 in the number 72 car, the way things currently stand, but he has got other cars right behind him. He's in 8th place, Sean King in 9th, taking the back all of that as well as they head out of Barn Corner this time through. Now Jeff Smith was a little bit swirly coming out of Barn Corner, which offered up an opportunity for Kane Aston to begin to close in as they head down straight towards Coppice Corner. A 3 or 4 mini length gap between himself and the champion on lap number 3. Fastest lap of the race, last time through went to 39.792. Jack hasn't quite still made it back towards Charlie's. We've also, I think, had a shuffle for the Libra class, because whilst it was Craig Cox that was leading it, it then went towards Richard Colburn. It's back towards Craig Cox again this time through, so watch out for 232 and 219 for the battle of the Libra class. The rather poorly sounding Phil Harvey continuing round at the wheel of his number 113 Mini that runs in the Libra class. Phil is a long time Mini racer. Well, the best part of 25 years I would have thought now, if not more, for Phil Harvey racing Minis, the Motley Mini as it always was. But for the lead of the race, Rupert D still having to stick his elbows out to try and keep the challenge of Jeff Smith, Kane Aston, Aaron Smith, then Ashley Davis all at bay, all of the time whilst the number 55 car of Ben Colburn continues to close as well, so they flick their way through Hall Bends. It's still a leading quintet. Wobbling, not only is Ben posted the fastest lap of the race, but he's almost now within touching distance. He's going to pick up a little bit of clean as they appear back into sight coming out of Barn Corner. Rupert D still doing just enough through the woodland section so as to almost break the toe on Jeff Smith as they head in towards Coppice Corner. So they flick their way through Coppice Corner. Order still remains the same. Ben Colburn in 6th position. He is looking to try and make it 6th for the lead, which is still being headed by Rupert D. They're on lap number 4 currently, and so far every one of them has been headed by Rupert D. A good start from him from 2nd spot on the grid, allowing him to take the lead of the race on the opening lap on the charge up towards Coppice Corner. Whilst Jeff Smith has always been there in 2nd position, he's never quite been close enough. Problems, I think, for Peter Harries and his car, number 117, the addition to the program, is going to retire on the start-finish line. So it looks as though he is heading in towards retirement. I don't think Phil Harvey will be far behind him as well, because his number 113 Mini is just sounding poorlier and poorlier and poorlier. We've had a change for second. It looks like Kane Aston has made it through somewhere on the far parts of the circuit. So Kane Aston, the former champion, 2015 champion, Kane Aston, now up into second position and trying to hunt down the double forward. For the first time, he won it a second time in 2017. There'll be no overtaking on the start-finish line this time through because of the wage yellows. So down the straight they'll go. Kane Aston, Jeff Smith coming under pressure now from his namesake Aaron Smith. No relationship between the pair of them as they turn their way up towards Coppice Corner. We've still then also got Ashley Davis with called all the time. Out of the race now for Kane Aston in second place, 1 minute 39.463.
Yeah, really on a charge now. Down the back straight he will go, still chasing down Rupert Deeth, and then nose to tail between Jeff Smith and a change of position for them on the run up towards Park Corner. They were, on the exit of the gooseneck when I can really pick between the pair of them. So of course Jeff Smith being in the red car, Aaron Smith being in the still the red car, sat there in fourth place, bouncing through the gooseneck goes Jeff Smith, but at the moment it's still Rupert Deeth leading the way. Kane Aston just sat behind, really on his bumper. He's well and truly fought for the lead, and there's two more following along as well.
So here they come in towards the bottom of the mountain. Order twas ever Rupert Deeth from Kane Aston, from Jeff Smith, from Aaron Smith, and a slight gap as Ashley Davis has fallen away from the lead four cars and dropped ever more into the clutches of the black and orange and green car in the hands of Ben Colburn. So it's 4 of 6. We've still got over half of this race to go as well, so we've got 11 3/4 minutes of the race still remaining. Rob Howard in 7th place, still hasn't quite as yet fended away the aspirations of Darren. From the lead 4, it is still the team that leads the way, but the advantage is still just 0.3 of a second between first and second, second and third and fourth. Very similar gaps back between all four.
That's clear there can do for you. Once you're in front, it's quite easy to close up, but once you're there, there's not too much you can do about it. Once again, third and fourth battling away. Jeff Smith still leading, Aaron Smith still nose to tail. Kane Aston trying to work his way past Rupert Deeth, forces Kane Aston to the left-hand side, does Rupert Deeth, so they're still nose to tail. The last time I saw them heading in towards Park Corner, I think they do remain in that order. Rupert Deeth leading Kane Aston to Jeff Smith and Aaron Smith. More or less 4 minutes becoming one, but a very good run out of the gooseneck for Jeff Smith. A big lock-up from Aaron Smith in avoidance of Jeff Smith. It looks like Jeff was trying to go up the inside of Aston. Aston refused to let him through, and Aaron Smith the ball was flat short and pouring him back towards you now.
Yeah, here they come in towards the bottom of the mountain. Kane Aston still clinging on to second place, despite the best efforts of Jeff Smith. Aaron Smith also looking to try and capitalise should there be any slip-up at all, and all of this squabbling has just allowed Ben Colburn and Ashley Davis. Ben Colburn now running in 5th place, and Ashley Davis dropping down into 6th position. And we've also had, by the look of things, a change for 12th place. Colin Peacock getting himself ahead of the Libra class leader, which is still 232, the grey car. So out the bottom corner, train of cars. That is now 6 laps completed. Rupert Deeth having but never by much more than a couple of mini lengths as they head up to you with now just less than half of the race to go.
Really starting to close up, bringing with him Ashley Davis, so it could very quickly become the 6th of the lead, a little bit sideways on the exit. Followed by Kane Aston. Then we get back to Jeff and Aaron Smith, still 3rd and 4th, and Ben Colburn closing up, like I say, Ashley Davis following suit. I've got a feeling towards the end of the race it will become 6 for the lead. A little bit further back, there's a good little battle between the number 72 and the number 66, 72 being Rob Howard, and the 66 Darren Cox, and somewhat nose to tail trying to follow each other through, and now the lead three duos, but then they're back together once again as soon as they work their way through the gooseneck. Very squirmy on the brakes from Ashley Smith. Does he get it slowed down? It looked like he was heading the way of Kane Aston. For Ashley Smith. Jeff Smith drops back down. Aaron Smith, pardon me. And now we're seeing 6 for the lead as promised.
Yeah, so Aaron Smith, as you say, now ahead of Jeff Smith. It is 6 for the lead, but it's still out front and pushing hard. Then Aaron Smith, followed by Jeff Smith, and right with Andy Davis, 6 for the lead of the race. The front of the queue is the man from Abergavenny now that's at the tail end of the queue, and there's a possibility of back markers just up the road, which is the hugely experienced Phil Harvey, whose car is still running wild. Kane Aston is coming under pressure from Aaron Smith, who's trying to draw himself alongside on the run towards Coppins, can't quite make it stick. Markers just up the road, that would use the 8th time.
Yeah, we are indeed moving by Marshall's here at Cadwell Park, and it's still Rupert Dees leading the way, running very wide in pure avoidance was Phil Harvey, desperately trying to get out of the way, but side by side all over the grass go Aaron Smith and Jeff Smith, and all of that hard work has now been undone, and that has allowed, I couldn't quite pick out who it was that has managed to work their way through. It could have been Ben Colburn. Yes, it was Ben Colburn now up into 3rd place, so it's Rupert Dees leading Kane Aston. Yes, and now Ben Colburn in 3rd place, with Jeff and Aaron Smith dropping back to 4th and 5th respectively. I can't quite pick out where 6th place has gone, so there's a big gap back from there. Yeah, lost 6th from there. I can't figure out where he's gone, but at the moment it's looking like a big lock-up once again. Rupert Dees Aston followed by Ben Colburn.
Yeah, it's Ashley Davis is in the pit lane with the bonnet up, I'm afraid. He's crashing windows off, he is out of the race, I'm afraid to say. So it's now sort of 5 for the lead of the race, but with everything that was going on that part of the circuit, now he finds himself up into 3rd place. Aaron Smith is down to 4th. Still leading the way, 6 3/4 minutes to go. They head for the 8th time through the woodlands. Up to Barn Corner comes Rupert Dees, still under pressure from Ben Colburn, ever closing to see what he might be able to do. Ben Colburn has not finished on the podium so far this year. His best result was round 3 in the championship at Snetterton, where he finished in 5th place. Well, he's on the podium now. Exactly
Put the car ahead. Yeah, not far away at all. A little bit of traffic up the road in the way of Rob Humphreys, but it's still, like you say, Rupert Dees leading the way from Kane Aston. Kane Aston really closing up down the back straight, looking towards the inside of Park Corner. Can he find the room? It looks like he might have elbowed his way through the gap and forced Rupert Dees towards the outside as they reappear. Now we have a new leader, so it is Kane Aston into the lead of the race. Rupert Dees demoted down in towards 2nd place. Once they reappear once again, it looks like that is no longer the case. So a big time loss. I think I was incorrect there. That is Rupert Dees pulling away. So it was Kane Aston that dropped back. Now under pressure from Ben Colburn. Then we get back to Aaron and Jeff Smith, still nose to tail, battling away. Definitely 2 for 2nd place, definitely 2 for 4th place. And if they keep battling, it looks like Rupert Dees could make the most of this to pull away. The two of them had it coming together in the opening race weekend at Silverstone. They both come from Cambridgeshire. The man from the south coast, Ben Colburn, still sitting now right onto the coattails of the rear bumper. All bands for what will be the 9th time, about to start lap number 10, with exactly now 5 minutes of the scheduled time still remaining on the clock. So here comes Rupert Dees, Kane Aston, and from Ben Colburn round through the woodland section of the circuit. Aaron Smith in the pink car still sits there in 4th place. Jeff Smith is not really gets a better run coming out of Barn Corner, really closed onto the coattails of Aaron Smith there, so he might be in a position to try and haul himself back into 4th down the Park Straight. Yeah, so with Aston, he can reapply his attention, reapply the pressure onto Rupert Dees. Then we get back to Aaron and Jeff Smith, who are closing up on that lead trio. So he's gone from 6 for the lead to 3 for the lead, and very quickly becoming 5th as they carry on the way they are working together. We said in the morning you've got to drive it like a go-kart. Find somebody that you can work with and almost bump each other around to allow yourself to close up on the cars ahead, and it looks like both Aaron and Jeff Smith are allowing each other to do that, trying to work forward. It's still Rupert Deeth leading the way, but Kane Aston hot on his heels, trying everything he can to catch up. Ben Colburn in a few moments' time, I'm sure he will be back under pressure from Aaron Smith. Jeff Smith just following along in 5th place. He's got the best seats in the house. He's the one that can judge how this race goes for them, but the leaders are now back towards you.
Back towards me, with the possibility of back markers as well that are going to come into play over the course of the next lap or so, because the next of the cars that are going to get past, I think, will be Les Stanton's car, which is currently running in 14th position and is the car that's the most. 232, which is Craig Cox, from 219, which is Richard Colburn, and then, as we mentioned, Les Stanton, who is the next of those in the Libra class. So he just goes over the start-finish line now, whilst out of Barn Corner come what is a lead quartet of cars. Rupert Deeth, Kane Aston, Ben Colburn getting slipstreamed by Adam Smith, who is beginning to close up through Coppice, and new fastest lap of the race that time through for Aaron Smith, 1 minute 39.195.
Yeah, really quick. You can visually see that he's massively closed up, looking at the inside on the exit of Charlie. Right away over to the left-hand side of the circuit. Down the park straight goes Aaron Smith and Ben Colburn side by side. There's a little bit of traffic. They might have to go 3 wide, but no, Aaron Smith manages to work his way in front. I think Ben Colburn, very clever driving, saw the back marker approaching, and to avoid an incident, lifted out. He's more than happy to give up that position just to make sure that there's no contact there, but that now means that we can away. Kane Aston now with Aaron Smith sitting them down for the final few steps on the podium, desperately trying to work his way forward. Kane Aston, lights ablaze, trying to close that lead, but Aaron Smith, he's like a man possessed. He's really starting to push forward now, chasing down that lead duo, and he's well within reach of 2nd place now.
Well within reach of 2nd place, but more traffic just up the road to contend with, and it's the car that is running 2nd in the Libra class, which is Richard Colburn, that they're going to have to want to try and dive their way through. Richard, hugely experienced, but he's not going to make it easy for them, because he's going to stay ahead of them as they head in towards the Woodland section of the circuit, so they're going to have to that top 4 and maybe allow the 5th place car of Jeff Smith to be closed in again to a degree. So out of the hairpin up towards Barn Corner. Has Richard Colburn been passed by the leaders? Yes, he has. So through and over the start-finish line now come. It is still Rupert Deeth, who is now swift tune prepared nowadays, under pressure from Kane Aston, who is closing in on the slipstream. Aaron Smith is that little bit further aggressive. It's had a big engine failure on the run towards Hall Bends. Lots of smoke, possibly oil at that part of the circuit.
Yeah, definitely something to bear in mind as we're now on the final lap of the race. A big wobble on the exit for Rupert Deeth. The lead trio come past me, almost the lead quartet, and they are still nose to tail. I'll have to go read out the podium, but I've got to say this will only be settled as they cross the line. It's still now, I think, Aaron Smith has worked his way up the inside of Kane Aston. Let's have a look. Now Kane Aston still in 3rd place, or in 2nd place, just about ahead of Aaron Smith, and then you've got Ben Colburn trying to work his way back onto the podium, still nose to tail.
It's a very smoky Sean King that arrives in the pit lane by the look of things. Bonnet coming off the car, and his car, I'm sure, is done for the day. Hopefully not done for the weekend, but whether that's deposited oil on the track, we'll have to wait and see. Looks as though no oil flags are being waved, and even when he came into the pit lane, it looks as though maybe it might be dissipated quite quickly. Now the car has come to a halt, but still looking rather smoky up through Hall Bends, where it originally I thought had gone bang. So race leaders head in towards Hall Bends. It is still Rupert Deeth leading the way. We've only got 6 seconds to go, so 2 wins this season if he can. Kane Aston looking to try and grab his 1st win of the season, if at all possible, but the charge to the line might decide it in round 5. The Miglia Championship's 45 minutes first, so work their way out of Barn Corner. Kane Aston and Aaron Smith are absolutely side by side for 2nd position. It's Rupert Deeth that claims the win. Aaron Smith, by a nose, picks up 2nd position. Kane Aston finishes in 3rd place. Jeff Smith in 5th position, but Rupert Death came over the start-finish line and has brought his car to a halt already, so maybe there were some concerns for Rupert Death. The race winner has stopped immediately that he's come over the start-finish line, but in typical Mini Miglia or Mini 7 Racing Club fashion, fantastic racing that was, and we look forward to maybe having a chat with those drivers when they chat to Cadwell on the podium. The Libra class, by the way, was still away.